Dance Moms was a huge success for Lifetime, just as it was for the young dancers who participated in the show. It ran for 8 seasons and followed Abby Lee Miller as she coached her dance team into great triumph. Miller certainly accomplished her goal, as many of the young girls have gone on to the highly successful. JoJo Siwa has become an iconic YouTube personality, as well as landing many acting and singing gigs. The Ziegler sisters have also been very successful in acting and have released many memoirs. Despite the success that Miller helped these girls accomplish, there are some hard feelings still. Maddie Ziegler is no longer speaking on terms with her former dance coach. A lot of shade has been thrown on both sides over the years. So let's get into exactly what went down between Abby Lee Miller and Maddie Ziegler, and how Miller feels about Ziegler today. At number 8, Maddie was Abby Lee Miller's favorite on Dance Moms. Maddie was a part of the original dance company on Lifetime's Dance Moms. She and her sister Mackenzie participated in competitions for Abby Lee Miller until leaving the company in 2016. Maddie was the breakout star of Dance Moms. Miller had no problem showing favoritism towards her, and this resulted in her receiving a large dance roles in group numbers and even being given more opportunities both in and out of their competitions. Moms on the show, specifically mother of Chloe, Christy, took issue with Miller and her blatant favoritism. At number 7, Maddie was forced into a Dance Moms contract. The Ziegler family's exit from Dance Moms was quite dramatic. They had become highly successful due to Lifetime television show and appeared very close with Abby Lee Miller. However, there seemed to be trouble in paradise. After exiting the show, Ziegler's mother, Melissa, spoke to Cosmopolitan about what it was like filming Dance Moms. She revealed how she was kind of pushed into the contract, like if you don't sign today, you can't be on the show. The experience on the show was also quite miserable for her and her family, and she said, "I never want to be on TV again." At number 6, Maddie Ziegler snubbed Abby Lee Miller with clothing launch. Maddie attempted to continue the success she found on Dance Moms by launching a clothing line in September of 2016. Abby Lee Miller had an immediate reaction to the news, and it was not positive. Miller posted a video on her YouTube channel to discuss how years prior, there were talks with the Zieglers of creating a clothing line together. Miller wrote, "Who better to fit kids? I designed costumes for years." As if that was not enough to let fans know that the Ziegler family had snubbed Miller, the dance teacher wrote that she got 2 of her favorite kids to be the faces of the brand, Maddie and Mackenzie, of course. At number 5, Ziegler slammed Miller in the Maddie Diaries, a memoir. In 2017, Maddie Ziegler released the Maddie Diaries, a memoir. Fans were excited to read the details of Ziegler's life as a dancer and learn more about her life as a star. She recounted her road from a nobody to being one of the biggest dancers in the world, but she left out one rather important aspect in the memoir. Abby Lee Miller was not included as a contributing factor to her success. Instead, Ziegler named singer Sia as being a strong mentor and slammed Miller for their inappropriate choreography and forcing her into situations that she just did not want to be in. Fans took this as a big snub towards Abby Lee Miller, but were not surprised considering how often Miller attacked Ziegler and other forms on social media. At number 4, JoJo Siwa called out Maddie. JoJo Siwa came to Abby Lee Miller's defense in 2020. JoJo Siwa, now a successful YouTuber and actor, was a member of the Abby Lee Dance Company and the show Dance Moms. Siwa attributes her success to Miller and points out that Maddie and Mackenzie wouldn't be where they are today without Abby. Siwa also defended Miller's character. Though Dance Moms showcases Miller screaming at children a lot, Siwa thinks that Miller is actually a very good person. This is also quite in spite of Miller's prison sentence for fraud. It's really sad that a lot of people don't talk to her more. At number 3, do Maddie Ziegler and Abby Lee Miller talk at all? After years of drama, it comes to no one's surprise that Maddie wants to keep her distance from Abby Lee Miller. Although they never exactly had a falling out, the two certainly did not part on good terms when Ziegler left Dance Moms in 2016. In 2018, Ziegler told US Weekly that her and her former coach do not keep in contact. Ziegler had made a point to say, "I wish her the best," in reference to Miller's battle with cancer and her emergency spinal surgery. Fans wonder if the two will ever reconcile in the future. At number 2, Maddie Ziegler says Dance Moms was toxic. The Ziegler sisters spent many of their formative years on Dance Moms, and while hanging out with their friends every day was great, the stress of the show was just too much. Both sisters, specifically Maddie, have spoken out about how the environment they were forced into was toxic, including spending every day with Abby Lee Miller. When Maddie Ziegler was on the cover of Cosmopolitan this year, she spoke about the toxic environment that Miller created and how relieved she was to finally leave in 2016. Ziegler has not spoken to Maddie since leaving Dance Moms and is at peace to never speak to Miller again. And last but not least, at number 1, Abby Lee Miller responds to Ziegler's toxic claims. Again, Abby Lee Miller took to her YouTube channel to discuss the drama around herself and Ziegler. In the video, Miller discusses her feelings on what Ziegler had to say to Cosmopolitan. She remembers Ziegler as a kid I loved and misses the bond that they used to share. Miller denies creating a toxic environment for Ziegler, claiming that if there was one, Ziegler would have been free to leave. She says, "What I don't understand about the pressure and the toxic situation is that if it was so toxic, why did you keep doing it?" Needless to say, Abby Lee Miller has some negative feeling towards Ziegler, and that likely is not going away anytime soon. Well guys, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to Superstar 10s, and ring that notification bell so that you never miss a video. Thanks for watching!